Hi cousins, the topic of today is the pressure to always be okay. I'm one of the hosts, Lucy Gatheru.
Peter Chege.
And I'm Kamau Dennis.
So we are going to be focusing on a few topics. I'm going to mention them and then we're going to tackle them one by one. Naninasoma. One is the I am fine culture. 2, toxic positivity. 3, expectations versus reality. 4, social media. 5, stress. And 6, mental burnout. So guys, are you guys okay?
Me niko chonjo.
Presently. Well,
on the surface level.
On a surface level. And how are you, SpongeBob?
So, unataka the real answer ama ile yenye tunakuwa tumeipaka makeup?
Peter amesema on the tumpea surface. Your surface kwanza and then start tuingie deep end.
Aya, so mimi mkiniona hivi unaona niko salama, niko fiti, niko chonjo. But sasa tukiingia kwa ile the real answer. Kidogo kuna kuna mushkil mahali.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huku nje. If I umekuja hapa nikusalimie nikwambie Sponge, how are you? Ungesema nini?
Yeah. Very, very sure bet answer. Very straight answer. I am fine.
Are you fine? Now, Peter?
Same. I'm
Same.
fine.
So, and that is why, guys, our first topic is the I am fine culture. Because every single time, hata mimi nikikuja uniulize, Lucy, how are you? How are you doing? I am fine. I am good. I'm actually great. Yeah.
You're lucky.
I'm stupendous. I am amazing. I am marvelous.
Yes.
You know? All the adjectives ziekwe pale, all the doing words. Hapa the English comes into play. I am fine. I am, you know. But sasa, how real are we?
Yeah. I feel like, because sometimes you feel like you don't want to burden people with your issues with your problems.
Yeah.
Especially if I am not, for lack of better words, I'm not so familiar with you. We don't know each other on a deeper level. It's normal for everyone to be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. But maybe for the people you're more close with, it's easier for you to be like, kusema tu kweli hawa nakapitia
kananichapa.
Okay, naonanga ni kama in my view the fact that we feel like everybody has issues.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering why should I sawa mimi nilifungiwa nyumba jana. Mimi sijui kama ulilala njaa.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so we don't, we are trying to protect people, but in the same time people are hurting and they're not talking about it. And then it's also something that is in society. We need to be okay. Sasa kwa sababu uko sawa tunataka kusaidiaje? Unaona hizo ndo maswali.
Yeah.
How do you want us to help you? And if it's something that siwezi kusaidia, sasa umeniongezea tu stress.
Sasa ninajua Peter hana rent.
Sasa umeanza kwenda kuomba.
But then again, to read back to our question, are we okay? Tunaulizanga in all genuinity, ama inakuwa tu ile ya kuuliza just for formality. Unaona? Juu naweza kuja nikuulize ni aje uko aje. But sitaki niambie ati ama uko poa.
I think that cut across kila pahali. I think if you come to Africa, if you go to Asia, if you go to Europe, everywhere, when you meet anyone, anywhere, anyhow, the first thing is, oh, hi Peter, how have you been? How are you?
Yeah.
It is something that, it's something we've been doing, and I think bado itaendelea kufanya regardless. But the level of genuinity, I feel like kuna wale tu ni formality. You're just going to, I'm going to just ask you, how are you? But there are people utapata mtu anakuuliza, you look off, Sponge. What's popping? Shida ni gani? No, that's someone who's genuine and someone who's concerned.
But then also, do we have the time to ask such questions? In a society where 3 a.m., 4 a.m. people are like running up and down, 5, they're sleeping at 12. Tumefika point yenye maisha yetu tunakimbia so fast that let me just say hi, let me be kind to you and ask how you're doing, and then continue with my business, because we are fast pacing. Our society right now, everything is moving fast. So the issue ya kushinda tunakaa chini kuulizana story mingi most people it does not make sense. So we've met in the elevator in the morning to office moja. Okay. Sasa utaanza kulia kwa elevator
you can't wewe
You
unahitaji
can't,
kulipa rent.
Unahitaji
Yeah.
kulipa
Wewe,
rent.
kazi
So,
unaenda unafanya kazi unaenda unalia.
unalia kwa nyumba.
So
Society yetu imefikia hiyo point ni vitu tu zinakimbia so fast that it's courtesy and formality.
Yeah,
Na tumefunzwa kukua watu wazuri. So
and being pia in a fast-paced society, venye tu Peter amesema, ina negate that thing of I may to be genuine, yes. I want to, maybe nataka kujua how you are, yes. But sasa ile time yenye tuko nayo maybe ya kuongea unapata maybe 5 minutes. In 5 minutes huwezi kuwa umeongea kila kitu yenye unataka, ama huwezi kuwa umeleta out whatever is ailing ama whatever is troubling you. Sasa hapa ndio tunaingianga, unapata unaambia tu kila mtu niko sawa tu, you don't have time. It's not that watu watake kukusikiza pia, but we just don't have time at all. Unapata maybe Monday to Friday uko job, au umeamka 5 maybe hadi hujalala, una transnight, una everything inakuwa tu wewe ni uko on. So ukipata ile time ati unataka kuongea na mtu naye pia unapata hana time at all. Unaona, as in we are so committed to very many things, especially as young people. Unapata kuna mtu mwenye ako na jobs kadhaa, usiku ako online, mchana ako maybe tuseme mtu mjengo anaingia site ama anaenda somewhere else anatokea late, you know. So hiyo ina negate that factor. Hatuna time at all of talking about how we are.
but I also think that applies with uwezi pia kimwambia kila mtu shida zako.
Yeah.
You get
yeah.
As much as we don't have time, kuna hiyo aspect ya I can't just go ati nimekutana na Peter hapa ndo naingia church Peter, oh mambo, you see how have you been? I'm good. That is not even the place to start pouring out my heart and saying, oh, you know, it went, it came. No. Plus, it's not everyone you can run to.
Yeah.
It's not everyone who actually cares. Just because you can lose, how have you been? No. You need, I think we all have those 1 or 2 people, or those friends, or that sibling, or that mentor you can always run to. Yeah. And those are the people, when they ask you how you okay, or people who I feel like kuna mwenye anakukolini anakwambia hey Peter, notice umepotea siku 2 uko. You get?
Yeah.
Kuna kuna wale wenye huwa wana notice. You can't also go venting to everyone. Yeah.
I can also add, we have people who don't care. Like our generation is, everybody has their own problem to the degree that ukiniambia yako, I feel as if my problem is bigger than yours. Yeah. So I really don't mind yours. So wewe ulikumbia nyumba, mimi bibi na watoto wacha. Like, so by the time people are getting to the point where they actually care about you, it's a long stretch. And also I believe sio kila wakati watu wanakuanga mbaya. Sio chini kila wakati eti maisha imekuramba sana. But sasa tuseme unajua kuna ile wakati yenye hauna dosa hii, but you know in the next like 4-5 hours nitakuwa nayo. So nitakuwa nimesettle, but sasa niko na stress sina. So you're like, acha nikwambie niko sawa, because tomorrow a time like this will be very okay. So all those are factors, but then tunadanganyanga sana ndio.
And the thing is, we are in a, let me just say this, a broken generation.
Yeah.
A generation which is dealing with a lot. And when I say a lot, is a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Tunadeal na vitu mingi sana. And ikifika point yenye msee for now in our generation, ikifika point yenye mtu amekuja ku open up. Aseme tu I am not okay. In real sense, hayuko kabisa. Amefika
kumwisho kudepend.
Unaona that can drop yenye nabakianga kwa tap. Amefika hapo. ana hang on, but na akiachilia anajoin kama ndiko bado. We are in a very broken generation right now, and if we open up, if we choose to open up, this is we don't choose. If we choose to open up, I think we will see it.
But I also feel it's because opening up comes with a lot of me being vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it might also come up with a lot of judgment, especially if you go venting to the wrong person. Oh Lord. Mimi nikatoa hapo niko don't judge me right now. Ati you're struggling with what? Can never be me.
It can never. Unaona hiyo statement ya kusema it can never be me. Au usiwahi sema. Usiwahi sema.
Kuna hiyo, so even opening up takes it's a little, it might go well, or people are going to, everyone is going to know my business.
Yeah.
You're getting, alafu to get back to what Peter alikuwa amesema, you had mentioned the first thing I mentioned, I'm forgetting it. I had it.
It's a wisdom. It's a wisdom.
Kuna hiyo ulikuwa umesema,
Nilikuwa nimesema.
kuna hiyo ulikuwa umemention when I'm coming to pour out my problems to someone, and then someone tells me hata wachana na hiyo yako. Wacha nikwambie yangu. Hiyo yako ati uliachwa. Wewe si afadhali mtu uliachwa na bado uko na mimi rent sina nani yako. See, I feel like it's normal for a lot of people to undermine just because something is not or might not seem like a problem to you.
Shida ni nani akona shida kubwa?
Nani akona shida mingi kuliko mwingine? Just because kwako something that is like very stressful to me, it's not stressful to you. I should not feel the way I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like people should be able to validate each other's feelings because we are different people with different beliefs, raised differently, different traumas, different triggers. So watu wajifunze. Just when someone comes to you, kama mtu wacha amalize yake, utafute solution, and then sasa useme yako ya rent.
Okay, imagine sasa in another perspective inaweza kuwa mtu mwenye unakuja kuambia mashida hadi ana mtu akwambia. So wewe umekuja kwa vulnerable hadi amona sasa hadi mimi naweza kuambia, so anaona weight yako iko chini.
Ndio nimesema wacha nimalize kwa if someone nimekuja kukumagikia shida zangu, let that person don't make me feel bad for the way I'm feeling because you have your own things. Umeget your point na try to put across. Let Lucy finish crying about whatever she's crying about, and then now be like, hey, no, let us revisit. Now, even me, you get.
Okay.
But as I said, we're in a broken generation, and imekuwa a norm for us to compete. Nani akona shida kubwa, nani akona shida mingi kuliko huyo mtu mwingine, and tunamalize sana, as in tunanani kama si big deal.
Young Gen Z, we are the problem.
But tena ni mali tumetoka, but as in tukinormalize this thing we end up not actually finding solution but competing. Unaona?
Me, I blame the education system. Allow me to vent a bit. It's for failure to funza to compete. Ilikuanga nini? Who is the best in school? Who is the worst in school? Who is this? Who is that? Who is this? Who is that? So wewe mwenye ulikuanga poka average. Unajua kuna mtu mwenye alikuanga good student but ako average. Ndio tunakwambia unaishingi tu number 10. Unakwanga tu wewe upandangi, wewe uko mwisho na upani. So you are average. So in life umeshinga ukiwa average. So even when it comes to emotions, you feel you're just in the middle. So the only people who are shining, it's either the people who have succeeded the most or the people who have the biggest problems.
Yeah.
So our system of education will instill you kitu kitambo. So that's a initiative. Tuna competing hadi na feelings, tuna compete na trauma, tuna compete. Ndi brother tuna compete na trauma.
Hey, ati wewe ni let me tell you later.
Unapitia tu hiyo still famous.
Anawanyamazisha nyote na wapea story yake.
And then instead of sympathizing, tunapata we end up making fun. Rather than searching for a solution, we end up making fun. Rather than seeking for an alternative, we end up making fun.
So what do you think are some of the solutions we should have with the I am fine culture?
First of all, tujifunze tu kuwa vulnerable. Messy vulnerable, nasema to each and everyone.
Yeah.
Vulnerable to that person mwenye unajua nikimwambia atanisikiza, nikimwambia atanisaidia kutafuta solution, nikimwambia even though tutapata solution then atakuwa na mimi hapo. You know that ukipata that ukijua kuna that safe space mahali. Bali utakuwa ukipata kitu you just run there and cry. tutakuwa tumesaidika sana, especially us sisi, even though pia kitu ina affect the older people, the older generation, juu wao wamezoea kukua, walifunzwa kukua strong always, walifunzwa kukua shida zako usiambie mtu, wewe deal nazo, then ukimalizana sawa, zikikushinda is your fault, ama nini, wewe jipange tu na mambo yako, and that is what culminated down to us here. So if tupate somewhere safe, ama some person mwenye unajua utakuwa unaenda una open up na kusikiza genuinely, and they help you genuinely, you can go very far.
What about you, Peter? What do you think?
One, I think we need to learn to trust again. We've been hurt so much that nowadays we trust what we should. So I usually say that give people a second chance. Just allow people, because maybe the person you are going through or is also going through something traumatic. So ukienda kuambiana story yako, it's also a way of them letting off the burden that you are also placed on them. So we need to learn to trust people again. And then also when it comes to vulnerability, it's a point of trust. I think I need to be a point of trust for people, that people can trust me the information and I can keep it. Naweza kaa nayo na mashida zako na siri zako zote zenye umeniambia, I can stay with them. And this is kind of a very long shot, but I believe people need to learn to love. It's only at the point of loving somebody can you keep their secret, because if it's kama upendi mtu bana, it will be hard to keep their secret.
Yeah.
So we can be like the way. Let me give case in point. Jesus, our Savior went through so much in terms of traumatic issues.
Yeah.
And he was betrayed by the people who are very close to him. But when you look at the end, when Jesus was leaving, the person that he left for the church, mtu mwenye alimbetray, hata akupea John ama James ama Bartholomew, aliachianga Peter, na Peter ndo alimkana mbele ya watu. And I think going back to trust, let's learn to trust people again. Let's learn to akubali tu mtu unaweza mtrust, kaina siri zako, nataki kuhurt. It's okay.
Like, I fully support what you say, but I think whether you like someone or not, if someone decides to be vulnerable with you, don't use that against them. Kindly, guys, don't. Whether it's someone you really like or not, don't do that. I don't support that. Anywho, I think okay, being vulnerable is really nice, guys. And picking out people you can go to when you're not feeling okay. And if you're not comfortable with your friends or your parents, because there are people who actually go to their parents, you know that. There are people, I am not doing fine, calling my mom, or I'm calling my dad. There are people who call their siblings.
Yeah.
There are people who feel comfortable. Okay, I know if I call my sister, she has my back regardless. And there are people who have like really, really good friends who they know I can always run to them any day, anytime, and there are people who have mentors.
Yeah.
So identifying who can I run to when ni nani nezaenda, and also think considering the other party before going to vent. Consider ni nani po unaenda kumwagiki. I cannot be mourning about something. Okay, God forbid, something happens. Maybe someone else, not me. Someone else is mourning their dad. You're getting. I can't be. Hey, that person cannot be mourning their father, and then you go to them and be like, oh, nimefukuzwa, oh, niliachwa, oh, no. Consider the other party, especially when approaching. If someone is also going through something, I feel like give them grace period, and then afterwards go and vent. Unless it's a life or death. Yeah, but identify people you can always run to. It's very much advisable.
And I can give us before we go.
Yeah.
David asks, when the foundations are shaken, where do the righteous run to? It's a question that, his even then he goes to other verses, he does not give the answer. But the answer is run to God. People can fail, but God will never fail.
Yeah.
God will never fail. When you are not okay, learn to run to God. Whether you believe he exists or not, you go to him. But me, I know he exists. Run to him, tell him, I'm not being okay, your baby is here. Because you are his child. Yeah.
That's a lesson, guys. So
Yes.
you run to God. Kimbia. Hapo ndo kuna every solution, every answer. Nabiambo Jesus is the answer.
Now we're going to toxic positivity. What are your takes on toxic positivity? Because I feel like it's everywhere.
Yeah. So, toxic positivity. Hapa ni unakonga tu mtu amefurahia always watu wakikuona. Like me, to be honest, mimi nakonga positive all the time. And it is not toxic, I hope. But mimi, I've always taken life positively. Unless ikuwe imetandikwa proper, nimekula vumbi huku nje, ni venye sijakuja na dust coat, ningefanya hivi muone vumbi. But that aside,
Is that bad?
but toxic positivity, hii ni kitu yenye is a mask that we all wear. Mi nitarudi tu mali nilianzia, especially this generation. Is a mask that we all wear. Unaonyeshanga kila mtu you are okay, you are fine, you are enjoying life, but imekutandika, and this is something that I think we should stop. You have to say in as much as unaona ni kama usaidia, utaki kuchosha watu vitu, pia sisi ni kutumaliza na kumaliza. It is making you suffer, inakupa a lot of stress pia juu. At the end of the day unajipata peke yako. Then you can cry about your problems, but pay haitasolve. You can kunenye wanajiham, but haitasolve. So this toxic positivity, we should at least cut it down. We should stop it. Ama tunafaa kujua mali where we can, kuna mali lazima hata kama kuna mali lazima
Kazi lazima.
Yeah. But tunafaa kuwa na as in situations na tunafaa kujua to rudi back to being vulnerable and situation where you should open up. But this toxic positivity is something that we should cut down. I must stop it from people.
I believe that it is something that we put as a front, especially people on social media.
Yeah.
Like, we will get to that. Then it is driven mostly by social media. Because for me, if I meet a majority of my friends, even via call, I will know you're not doing okay and I will pursue that direction. But for most people, they smile on TikTok, they smile on Instagram, they smile on social media. But the moment they close off that camera, they are alone and they cry and they do all those things. So I believe it's high time watu tu wakubali that, okay, as a nation things are not okay. Let's not put up a front of strength when there is weakness. Let's not put up a front of smiling when it's not. I also believe, musema, ataka ninaenda job na najua leo siko poa. Let people around me know that I'm not okay, so that you don't cross me today.
Yeah.
Sini cross leo. Niwaambie by the way mimi siko sawa leo. So when you're doing, don't do stupid jokes. Don't do something that you know will annoy me, because I will come at you. So it's even in work environments. I don't have grace today to so msinijaribu.
How does it have grace to extend today?
They don't try me. So it's high time, even at home, let people know leo siko sawa. So mind this, mind the way you talk, mind the way you do things. So let's not put up a front when things are crumbling down. Let's not do that. Umekubaliwa, enda tu pale Kencom, kaa chini, lia. Rudi kwa ofisi. I believe you can do that. And there is no harm in it. Sini wewe, kwani mental health ni ana sini yako. Yeah, so
but tunaekanga this front so much that pia sisi tunaanza
believe.
Yeah. We lie to ourselves so well. We lie outside so well that pia sisi tunaanza believe that.
Yeah.
And it's something that is really something that is brought about the toxic positivity. Unakuwa so toxic even to yourself.
I feel like when it comes to that, you'll gaslight yourself so much and be like, you out there, you niko sawa, niko nini, na hata wewe mwenyewe you might end up believing it.
Yeah.
But it gets to a point where you have to sit down with yourself and be like, hey, by the way,
Siko sawa.
let me just be honest with myself. If not anyone else, hey,
You're not good.
yeah.
And then that is where people get to the point of, I don't know who to tell because everybody thinks I'm okay.
Yeah.
So that by the time unaenda kuongelesha watu wanajiuliza, hadi wewe unakuanga na mashida aje? Like explain to us. You usually see you smiling. So you appear for now. There's some people who are so strong for others, but there's nobody else who is strong for them. They're the ones who appear for everybody. So there's nobody who appears for this guy. So anaendanga huko anakaa tu peke yake. So they feel so bad internally. That's why eventually you wonder, you find people alisha commit suicide. Yani nani alijipeleka?
Tolea joke hapa juzi.
Or he's the funny one in the group.
Kwanza alikuwa hapa kutuchekesha akitupea jokes, guys.
Sasa hii ashaenda. So you're like, woi, sasa huyu jamaa naye. So high time watu waache kushinda. Kama uko sawa Lucy, wewe sema tujuange tu hata hapa uko sawa. Tutakupea break. Unduka pale kwa kona.
Nenda nilie pale kwa room ya drums.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think pia kuna hii phrase everyone say. Kila mtu anashindanga kisema just stay positive, just be positive, just stay positive, don't worry, it will all work out, just stay positive. Kuna unaendanga sometimes you're venting to someone, just stay positive,
Nitaenda.
Don't everything will work out.
Kinaweza kuramba miaka 10 wewe.
Hiyo inalania na fail. Because sometimes God anataka uko impatient.
Yeah.
So zingine Mungu anataka uko in the waiting season, my sister. Where are you running to? Hata upande ndege uende wapi? Utakuwa waiting season tu uko penye umeenda. But watu wajifunze kukosa kuambia watu just stay positive, especially with something you can talk about and work out or find a solution to. Guys, be positive, yes, but good positivity is advisable. But if the positivity is not adding up, 1 + 1 is 4.
Do not suffer alone.
Don't
Suffer alone.
That takes me to something.
Yeah. No, continue. It's okay.
Sasa wana unataka kuwa positive.
See, I am practicing this. This is the positive negativity, guys.
Negativity. I have seen this has risen up to something that we are calling nowadays self-love. And there's some kind of self-love that is very toxic.
Yeah.
Unapata tu mtu anaimbanga tu self-love, I'm seeking happiness, anajipenda tu. So you're like, wewe rada yako. Yeah.
And while on just to niongeze kwa hiyo nimesema kwanza hiyo self love ya cut watu off. SpongeBob alishatia cut off. Pitali ni cut off. Susan alini cut off. Guys, let's extend grace. Now, yeah, and
chance ya kuwapenda.
By the way, guys, we love you so much.
Yes, I feel like sometimes people act out, especially people who don't know how to talk about whatever they're going through. I might come here and act out. You know, that is not Lucy, yes. But I'm lashing out because of what I'm going through, but I'm not talking about it. So sometimes when someone does something out of character, before judging or before cutting them off, ask or at least try and see where the other person was coming from. Yeah. And now our other topic is expectations versus reality. Hii yenye mnafanya hivyo, you guys are just saying,
getting hot.
umeanza kuwaka.
So expectations versus reality. Unapelekwa shule upate alafu
Bila C+. Lakini bado naenda campus kwani. That's the idea. The idea is go to school.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm already in school.
So guys,
That is reality. Expectation
ilikuwa
ukiwa primary,
Nilikuwa nasoma peke yangu hatukuwa na nini.
expectation ilikuwa ukiwa primary ugonge 400 marks, flying colors. Where was the destination? Alliance. Starehe boys. Those big schools, Mangu. That was the expectation.
dogo wewe
Kadhiani boys. Those to make Kadhiani. But in hindsight, the way we are talking about that, it's the way people we grew up expecting adulting to be easy. And then we are here, and it's 2025 and people are setting bombs. And
guys, let me just say this. When it is our turn to be adults,
The whole world is burning.
now Russia is doing I don't know what.
mental health is not okay. That's
I thought adulting would be fun, baby. When I was small, I used to be like, I can't wait.
walikuwa wanangoja ndio ya timu yenye uko na pesa.
Now that we are here, adulting is doing a big one on me.
Mimi expectation yangu ya adulting ilikuanga juu nilikuwa naambiwa nilale mapema saa 2 saa 3 tunafaa kuwa kimorota.
Wewe unalala yote juu ya mashida.
Saa 8:30.
Silali guys, silali. It's that crazy. Adulting manze, what we were expecting and what natugonga sahi reality. Bado tujafika, bado kukua
Watu wakubwa imagine.
yeah.
Una watoto. Na ni ngumu already.
We are still
People
there.
have 5 kids.
Why are you taking 5 children? Story for another day. God bless their hearts. But in our generation, don't try. Do not try. Kitakuramba. Uliona bei ya Pampers zimefika 2000. Wacha hata nisiongelee hiyo maneno.
Ujengia wipes.
Jengia wipes. Hiyo ni Pampers peke yake. Ujanua dini ni inaitwaje? Formula. Ujalipa daycare.
Ujanua na.
Sasa siku hizi mtaki kufua. Tunataka washing machine.
Nataka nani?
Tuko na nails.
It's over.
Nataka nani?
Our mental health is gone even before we start.
It's hard.
It's very hard. Then I was telling somebody, and it's a very poor phrase. It's not going to get easier.
But do you guys feel like sometimes we set up ourselves sisi wenyewe?
Failure.
Sometimes we have an expectations zingine saa zingine tukikaa chini. Because personally I was like, see, right now I'm around, okay, women never say their age, but I'm 24. I used to say, hey, by the time I'm 24, I'll be driving. You have no idea. Auntie Waharia. Auntie Waharia, I should be parking somewhere. I should be owning my own compound, a 3-bedroom bungalow somewhere.
Ndio reality.
That is the reality.
Kwa wazazi.
I'm still at my parents' house, guys. I'm still in my parents' house. Ni Mitsubishi,
Volkswagen, Lexus.
So no, like nile when ukiwa mdogo you don't see the math behind your parents taking care of you.
Yeah,
But now when you're growing up and being an adult is when you're like, where 20,000 cannot afford the rent, cannot afford to keep the lights on, have water,
Upate fare.
Ukwe na fare ya kwenda kazi na kurudi, and you still want money for enjoyment. Sijui unataka kwenda kujaribu hidden gem gani.
Umeshakula 2000 unakula ugali kama mwezi mzima. It's the unfortunate thing, and it's tying down back to our emotions. How much of our expectations on how we are expecting life to go emotionally that imekata. People expected we'll finish school and find jobs.
Yeah.
Right now, we are struggling. People are struggling. If somebody gets an opportunity, tunakwambia bro, mjali wewe.
Okay, let me just ask, how many graduates do you know who are not even doing anything close to what the degrees they have? Mtu ako na degree accounting lakini kazi anafanya it's not accounting.
Cosmetology sahi. Suka watu wale.
Is that
like
crazy?
you feel like there are a lot of young people who graduated. A lot.
Yeah.
Hata ukiangalia friend group yako hautakosa out of 10 high chances 70% are not doing,
And also
whatever
lazima kuna
kusoma.
graduates mahali.
Yeah, people are graduating at an exponential rate.
And within the year unapata maybe 3-4 graduations may happen
Na watu
through the
wataki
year.
Na ni
kuretire.
thousands and thousands of
Another
people.
thing
People are not retiring. They are causing our mental health a problem. Bana wende home. Msinichape.
Na ile ilikuwa ni ile slogan ya kazi kwa vijana, pesa kwa wazee. You know, we are working. Sisi ndio tuko na that energy. We are working. Tumejituma proper, but ile pesa yenye unapata bwana.
The expectations za wazazi versus the reality.
Another thing.
What are the expectations your parents had for you versus the reality right now? And for you, Sponge.
Mimi acha tu mimi nianze niseme kweli, mom, dad.
You apologize.
I'm about to, you know, but expectation kwanza tu tukiwa primary. Expectation ya kwanza ilikuwa dream school alliance. Kama si alliance uingie Mangu, kama si Mangu there is a very good extra county school pale Ushago mwenyewe Murang'a High. Huko karibu na shosho na kuchenga kwa shosho kienda ukikuja nyumbani. That was the first expectation they had. To be honest, I did not meet any of them. High school ikakuja ni ugonge ma A ma B but unaingia pale chemistry kwanza inakuambia kama my boy lala hapa unataka kugonga na usomaji.
Inaweza kuwa bado unasoma na ukubali.
That expectation unamaliza campus na unamaliza high school na grade yenyewe utapata haikuingizi hadi university. Sasa unaingia tuseme uko na zile umemaliza umesema yes unapata C++. Me to be honest nilikuwa nataka kufanya aeronautical engineering, engineer wa ndege.
Makosa.
That was my expectation.
Napenda affiliation.
Sasa reality inakuja inanigonga tunaanza kufanya electrical engineering, which is, to be honest, it's not a bad course. It's a very good course, but unaona expectation yangu nayo chenye nafanya sasa they don't meet, they are years apart. And ndio nafanyanga sometimes sisi as young people we are not okay. Do whatever we were expecting to have, whatever we were expecting to do, whatever we were expecting to achieve,
I feel like especially if you're not getting support from the people who should be supporting whatever you're doing right now,
it
makes it even hard. More, it makes it even harder. Nile mazee bado ja accept kufika bei. So bado mazee anakomenga you try, but if there's that acceptance I feel like it's more easy.
Ile story ya kama ungefanya hivi kama venye unaona TV ungekuwa unasoma ungekuwa mbali sana.
But sasa kila mtu akikuwa pilot alafu
nani atakuwa passenger?
If everyone becomes a doctor,
Who is going
because
to be
I
the
feel
patient?
like everyone, nataka pilot, nataka kuwa daktari, nataka kuwa accountant, nataka kukuwa engineer, nataka kukuwa, but hizi courses zenye sisi tulifanya nani angefanya? Nani angekuwa chef?
Sikutaje. Lakini sasa
kila mtu atakuwa chef wa pesa.
Unajua it's another reality that people should also get. In that class of yours, mko watu wangapi? 70. Sisi kama class yetu tulikuwa 80 something. Kwani sisi wote tunaenda kupika? Like on a serious note. We just assuming all of us want to be executive chefs and everybody is picking hotels. We are going to flood the market too much. So let somebody accept that they are going to be a farmer and they work at it. Seriously.
Uko na hiyo skill.
Uko na hiyo skill. You can now you'll be supplying us. You're still in the food chain and hospitality. So when it comes to expectation, I believe allow yourself room for error. We've grown up not being told that we can make mistakes. Right now is when mimi nimekubali mimi naweza fanya makosa and I will learn from that mistake and I will move on so that it relieves the pressure from my head of perfection. Because Busesa, who is perfect? Remember, we will be perfected one day. But while we are still here on earth, we are still seeking that perfection. One day itafika. And I also believe that when it comes to our anxieties, we need to just look at what the Bible says about anxieties. I think it's Philippians 4 says that do not be anxious about anything, but with prayer and supplication, present your request known unto God. God actually knows all those anxieties. God knows all those pressures. So it's high time that I can take each and every one of these problems to God. God is so intentional, as I have told people, concerning our lives. Every single small aspect of your life, God needs to be part of it. Ile nguo yenye utavaa, introduce him there. The hairstyle you want, introduce him. Yeah.
I feel like we should not pressure ourselves to always be in control. Let us create room for error. Let us create room to learn and grow. And let us love ourselves even after failing, even after things not going the way you wanted them to go. Accept it has happened.
A lot.
Okay.
A lot of times.
Anguka, sasa tutadu. You pick yourself up, dust, kanyaga. Because that is life. Life haitaenda tu, nilikuwa nataka hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. No, it does not do that in reality.
Before we go on, my last point is we should just
last week.
So we should just learn to accept sometimes our expectation will not necessarily meet the reality. That is something that we should learn to internalize. Tukisha accept that whatever I'm expecting, I might not achieve it, but maybe naweza fikia kidogo. You know, kulikuwa na sijui acha niite proverb, aim at the sun, land at the moon. Ndio, we are not where you wanted to be, but uko mahali karibu. Yeah, so we just need to learn to accept that and internalize that.
Yeah, and guys, my cousins, this is the end of our first episode. Meet us in episode 2 to continue with the topics as we discuss the last points.
Peace out.
Bye.